So can I just ask everyone to put one hand up in the air? Okay, well, that's the people that understand the Scottish accent. So please be kind to the people that are just looking dumb at me right now, wondering what's going on. Oh, that one. So that's me. That's definitely not me. This is my career in a graph, right? I basically graduated in 1983. So do the math, I'm 53, so you don't worry about it. But basically, one thing I've learned is technology changes. Job prospects changes, skills changes. But I've been lucky enough, I've gone through semiconductors, computers, disk drives, flat screen TVs, gaming, and mobile phones. So just remember that technology changes. Everyone here is probably, just like we are, looking for developers and product managers. I'm sure in 5 years we'll be looking for something completely different. InteraXon, just to talk about where I come from. One thing here is we're building the leading science-based brain platform. That's what we used to do. One way you build a startup is figure out the way something was done badly and figure out a new way how to do it in a cool fashion, right? So basically we make them use headband, then turn it into a platform, and then do a partnership with a major eyeglass manufacturer. That was announced at CES. We're now working with the Safilo Group. One of the brands is the Smith Optical. Work with a bunch of really cool partners to make sure you get efficacy against what you're doing. Yasna, who's in the audience, hi Yasna, it's good to see you. Do some really good IP technology. This is one of the ones that we're working in driver vigilance, that we're just working on the IP there. There's some stuff we're doing at MIT where we've built a pain classifier using our technology. This is a really cool one where we've worked out how to tell people's age through EEG biomarkers. And we can also tell people's gender as well, which we tend to stay away from. Here's a great book that, I don't know how many people have seen it. It's basically, I am not Spock. So I'm bringing out my own book, I Am Not a Founder. But I do make really cool founder hats out of table napkins. This graphic is the pinnacle of my achievement. This is like representing the founders of our company, taking some of the founder presidents of the United States. And look at that, there is Ariel Gardner. She was here about a year ago presenting. And you know, one thing about founder traits, one of the most courageous people I've actually ever met. One of our other founders, Trevor Coleman, he's got the brain the size of a small planet, one of the brightest guys I've come across. You know, there we've got Chris Anime. If anyone's ever gone to the Toronto Science Museum, the big hydrophone outside was Chris's. He designed that. So worked with some really cool founders. And I mentioned earlier on, Stephen Mann. All these founders worked with Professor Stephen Mann to actually come up with the product we've got today. And you know, one thing, and I Googled all these, and you know, I looked at what the traits founders have. And it's amazing that everyone's got a book out there in the 5 or 6 or 7, but generally speaking, it's these leadership traits that founders need to be successful. Now I'm going to talk about hired gun skills. That's what I fall into, right? So, you know, one thing is me with my granddaughter here, teaching piano. Know how to be patient, right? It's very important that sometimes you actually want to just chill out, lay back, and figure out and let things happen. Know when not to be patient. This is when our company was burning $1 million a month in terms of cash. You cannot be impatient at that point. You have to go and take action, and you have to fix things. Forget about being visionary. Forget about coming to TechTO events. You know, figure out how you get the company stabilized. Know how to hire A players. And it was, you know, picked up in Lily earlier on talking about it. You'll see our executive team here, 3 females, 3 males. You know, A players are people that hire people better than themselves. They don't have ego, right? There's some great books out there, but really surround yourself with people that don't have a title. If someone's coming out and presents, I am an EVP of sales, walk a million miles. Look for people that says, I have built a business from $1 to $10,000. That's the type of people that you want to hire. Know the value of empathy. I put this one up is even at the old age of 53, I'm learning things. One of my big phobias is singing, right? I really hate singing. What did my partner buy me for my birthday present just recently? But singing lessons. And she's taught me a lot about the value of empathy. And know what you don't know. This is a picture of our awesome team here, all wearing their free Smith sunglasses we got from the partnership. But really know what you don't know. Really check your ego. And really, when you hire a developer, don't tell your developer what to do. When you hire a marketer, don't tell your marketer what to do. It's why you're putting them in place. And the last thing here is know how to execute. Right? Vision is a must of a founder. But it's been brought up before in here is you need to know how to execute. And over the last few years, we've doubled our revenue, we've increased our margins. We're running cash flow neutral now. We've signed a major licensing deal, and we're now going into SaaS-based recurring revenue. So don't forget that you have to watch the bottom line and figure out not just what that dream is, but figure out how you get there at the same time. And the last thing I've got here is don't take yourself too seriously, okay? And that's probably a good lead into the after party, I think. So, thank you. Any questions?
There we go. So I love don't take yourself too seriously. On your tough days, the tough moments, what do you draw on to find that humor in that situation?
I think experience helps. I think one thing we have come to market with a meditation product, so culturally we all do meditate and it does help, right? I wouldn't say you have to meditate, but go and do and pursue something you like to do. It can be drama, it can be spending time with family, but sometimes it's good just to walk away from it and recharge yourself. Common sense, nothing that my mother wouldn't have told me.
How long before we get to brainstorm?
Yeah, how long do we get to brainstorm? And I have no idea what brainstorm is. So, the movie. Okay, it's probably before my time. Maybe not. No, I haven't seen the movie. I'm sorry.
So I just want to talk about the Muse headband, which you're the founder of, or co-founder.
I'm not the founder of, but okay.
Okay. So what are some ethical issues with the Muse headband, that you've thought of?
Yeah. No. Thank you for that. There's other people trying to do what we're trying to do, and one thing. I don't know if it's so much ethical, but I find it a bit disingenuous is a lot of people, when they bring out their product, will do their internal studies. It's like 100 people did this and they're now 1,000 times better at doing that. And there isn't really the scientific efficacy behind it. So one thing that we think very, very important is the only claim we make about our current product is it helps people meditate. So we're not trying to help it. It doesn't transcend you into a new being or anything. And if you actually go to choosemuse.com/research, it's been 2 years in the making, but this was a funky little company in Toronto 3 years ago. And really now with the scientific community, it's been taken very seriously. So I think that's important. And the other thing is we're dealing with a lot of, people's personal data. So, it's really important that in a philosophical point of view, the data that we take, we always make sure that the legal ownership's actually with the person that gave it to us. And, it's one thing is, I think we're moving into a society where, it's frightening that they're bringing in laws where they can sell our internet surfing histories, right? But, that's the type of thing that we have to be very ethical about, things like data privacy and, so hopefully that's answered your question.
Question. How is the company stabilized?
Just again, there's no secret to it. You set some goals that you need to achieve. You motivate the people around it. You figure out how you mobilize the team to tackle the things you need to do. You focus and you prioritize, right? There's no magic bullet to it. I'd say the main thing is, what I often coach people to do is you can't mandate people work long hours. What you have to do is make people passionate about working long hours, and through that and giving them the context of what you need to do, good teams rise to it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.